Some time ago, I was asked that question at something, and I said that RESO is the UN of real estate. And it's the most important organization in the industry right now because we can all get together, competitors and people that we maybe don't disagree with, that we don't agree with fundamentally on big issues, and have conversations that are outside of the normal boundaries that keep us apart. And this is a room where we can be ourselves and be true and honest and not have to worry about what happens outside of that room. We have data policies that ensure that brokers get a certain level of service, data services really. And those policies were written 20 years ago now, almost 20 years ago. So what RESO can do is just provide Compass and large national brokerages like ours a platform to have that discussion. I think we get into a habit of complaining about these things. Brokers want to bang their gavel and demand certain things. And that approach, and I've done it, and that approach is not a positive one. And so what RESO can do is, like I said before, is provide an atmosphere of cooperation so that Compass and other large national brokerages can come and have that conversation. So we're going to get there, but everyone has to understand that the pace in this industry is what it is, and we'll have to play along within that pace. And RESO is really good at helping that. Yeah, this is a chicken or the egg situation. A lot of the developers that Compass has hired come from places where API is standard and has been in use since the inception of the technology. Real estate just happens to be the place where RETS is just the language. And we all understand that that's something that needs to change. But when you talk about the expense and just where everybody is in terms of adoption, it pretty much comes down to adoption. When we walk into a new market, we would prefer to use an API. I think everybody knows that. But when they are still tweaking theirs, or it's not quite ready, or it doesn't quite have the data that we expect, then we're just going to get a RETS feed and we're going to run with that. We know that's not good. It's like we need to quit smoking. Like we know we need to. But until it's far and away more adopted and just a better option, we're going to stick with RETS. But again, we know we have to stop. Man, that's a multi-million-dollar question. And I'm going to say that I think we have focused far too much on the MLS as a single point of either failure or success, is that we all look to that room, really, the MLS Board of Directors room is the place where everything either stops or goes. And I'm, having just said this from the stage, I think we as a community need to look at this much more collaboratively. It's not that the MLSs don't want to give us what we want. It's not that they're actively trying to stifle business. It's really they're only doing what they're allowed to do. So the menu of services needs to change, and we can do all of those things together. But again, pointing the finger at the MLS repeatedly, I think, is not doing anybody any good. So it's companies like Compass and the MLSs working together to see that when we order off the menu, that we have the options that we need.